I'm Alex Fullerton and I'm the fashion director at Stylist Magazine. I'm a stylist and have had a little bit of journalistic background too. So my role is looking after everything fashion-wise at the magazine. So whether that's commissioning a freelancer to do a shoot or doing a shoot myself, overseeing shopping pages, checking a feature which might have a mention of a designer, anything fashion, I need to know about it and make sure it's accurate and on trend. So I started my career doing menswear at Arena and Arena One Plus. I was also a music writer at Melody Maker and Q. I've worked full-time at Glamour, at Happy, at Eve magazine and also Wedding magazine. And I've worked freelance for Lula, for British Grazia, for Russian Glamour, for Japanese Nylon. I've worked with celebrities from Kylie Minogue to Isla Fisher, who I just shot in LA last month, Clarkson, Joan Smalls, who's the world's #1 model, Rosie Huntington-Whiteley. I think one of my biggest achievements was when I shot Kylie. We did a 25-page portfolio of her wearing all different designers' clothes, and she used one of those shots on her Greatest Hits album cover, which was quite major for me. I absolutely hated school. I hated every minute of it. And I had friends there. I wasn't some weird outsider kid. I was fine at my studies. So it was just the practice of going in every day and having lessons. It was just, oh my God, I hated it every minute. When I realised that there was a job on a magazine where you could choose the clothes, when I was about 15 and started reading Vogue, I was like, oh my God, that's what I want to do. I think at the start of your stylist career, you need to really hone what you want to do. Do you want to work with celebrities and help them create a look, or do you want to be an editorial stylist on a magazine? There are commercial stylists who dress the people in ads for sofas on the TV. So you need to work out what you want to do and then target those people. You really need to be targeted rather than doing sort of like a blanket, hi, because everybody will realise if you're not. Everybody likes to be flattered, so if you can put something in your CV or your email that speaks to that person why you want to work with them and learn from them, then that's the best way to go about it. I think the best way to get a magazine job is email, which is the way that so many people, it's changed from my day when I faxed a CV and followed it up with a phone call. Email, everybody reads their emails and it goes directly into their inbox. Really brief, 2 short paragraphs. Hi, I've just done this, I'd like to do this. I love your magazine specifically because I'm really target and hone it to that specific magazine. Mention articles or shoots that the person's done that you've been really inspired by. I think the worst thing that you can do is, I read all magazines every week and I love magazines in general. Why do you want to come and work here? What can I teach you? You tell me. I think a lot of this profession is about who you know, and that doesn't mean having a father who's a publisher at a magazine. It's hanging out with people who know people who know people in a really organic, friendly way. So I started to be friends with people on design courses who were then maybe doing internships at fashion designers, studios. So we would all sort of talk, and then you get to hear about other, openings or other ways into the business, which are maybe less obvious than kind of like targeting people directly. And people will always recommend you if you're sort of a friend or if they hear of something. So word of mouth is really important. You need to be eager. You really need to want to do what you're doing. There is a line. You can be crazy and you don't want to be that, but you just want to show that you're really enthusiastic and you really want to get on, please, and do things right. So I think you need to preempt situations. One thing that I always say to people who are assisting me or notice if they're doing it well is that I think the best assistants and the people who will go far, and this is something that I try to do, is know what the person you're working with, or get to know what the person you're working with needs next. So when I was an assistant, I could tell when my boss was on set and she would be looking at a dress and cocking her head slightly to the right, and I'd be like, she needs safety pins, so I'd be there with the pins, and before she turned around to say, Alex, can you get me there, I was there. So that's one of the biggest skills and best skills you can learn. I think that styling and working on magazines is the most amazing job in the world. It's such a privilege to be part of that, oh my goodness, the ridiculous creativeness of the most amazing designers. To go and meet them and kind of get a glimpse into their world and their heads, because what designers do is phenomenal. And just to be able to meet them, touch their clothes and put a little bit of your vision onto what they do is, yes, beyond a privilege. It's, yeah, the best job in the world. To be a stylist, you've either got it or you haven't. So I think you really need to be honest with yourself. Do you have taste or not? And you can't really learn this. So I think there are a lot of people who plug away at it, on and on and on, and really you need to be honest with yourself. If you haven't got it, leave it. And there are a million of other different kind of like opportunities within the fashion industry that you can go into, but just be honest.